Yes, indeed. What's good, boxing heads and fight fans around the world? B March Boxing back at it with another boxing video. So Triple G's back to his cherry picking ways, and it seems he ain't gonna let go of his cherry picking ways. He wants his campaign of cherry picking to continue. You know what I mean? Brandon Adams. And I've seen Brandon Adams fight a long time ago, back when Teddy Atlas and Joe Tessitore was doing the Boxino tournament over there on ESPN too. You know what I mean? Friday night fights. 21 wins, 2 losses, 13 KOs is Brandon Adams' record. You know what I mean? Triple G, of course, is coming off that loss to last September to Gennady Golovkin, and it seems he's pretty adamant on the weak kind of competition. He's willing to fight just as long as sometime down the future in this 6 fight deal that he has, 6 fight deal for 3 years he has with Dazn that he gets Canelo. That's the only thing he's concerned about. So for Triple G, it's very apparent. There's no hiding. Uh, the man is all about the money. You know what I'm saying? He said he'd even rather fight, even if Danny Jacobs beats Canoli, he says he's rather fight Canoli rather than Danny Jacobs. You know what I'm saying? So that just shows you his mentality. Why he doesn't want to get back in there with a man like Danny Jacobs, whom I thought beat Triple G. Very controversial fight. You know what I mean? But you see, Brandon Adams is not gonna get it done, man. And his fans and anybody who supports Triple G, man, you got some explaining to do. You know what I'm saying? There's no coming back from this. You know what I mean? Brandon Adams is a guy who campaigned most of his all of his career, not most, all of his career at junior middleweight. All right, a guy who got taken to school and basically whitewashed on the cards by Willie Monroe Jr. Willie Monroe Jr. is a guy Triple G stopped in 6 rounds. Okay, the other loss this gentleman Brandon Adams has is against John Thompson, and that was by knockout. You know what I mean? That's not a good look. That was like in 2015. You know what I'm saying? The Brandon Adams got knocked out in the second round to John Thompson. John Thompson was the guy who got beat by Liam Smith for the vacant WBO title. Knocked him out in 7 rounds. You know what I mean? In 2016. You check it. So these are the type of guys that Triple G wants to fight. You know what I mean? Last week it was rumored that he wants to fight a guy by the name of Camille Zeramata. You know what I mean? A guy whom I've never heard of, but he is ranked by the WBC. He's second in line. You know what I mean? Okay, that fight. If I'd rather that fight, matter of fact, than Brandon Adams. You know what I mean? I didn't make a video about it. I was about to go in on Triple G, but again, those were rumors. You know what I mean? But this particular rumor, it's not really a rumor because they've sent out offers to the man Brandon Adams. You know what I'm saying? He's been given an offer. That's according to Mike Carpenter. You know what I mean? Well reputed journalist, boxing journalist. He says that there are other fighters that are also being considered, but looks like Brandon Adams is at the top of the pile. You know what I mean? He's been given an offer, and now we'll be seeing if the man will accept it. You know what I'm saying? There's numerous other fighters out there for the man to fight, especially on the zone. There's Demetrius Andrade, the WBO champion. Excuse me. Maybe they could get the fight that we never got to see, where Triple G vacated his belt for the to fight, so he had to avoid Sergey Devrochenko. You know what I'm saying? There's Billy Joe Saunders, if he can lure him to lose some weight and really just campaign at 160. But knowing Billy Joe Saunders, he ain't confident in himself. He ain't taking that fight. You know what I mean? But that Camille Zeramata would be a decent fight in my opinion, just better than Brandon Adams. You know what I mean? Because actually, this fight would put Triple G in position to you know, Jamal Charlo is the mandatory. Jamal Charlo, excuse me. Jamal Charlo is Canoli's mandatory. No, there's no dispute in that. You know what I mean? He's a WBC interim champion. He worked his way to that position. Been holding that fake WBC belt for a little while now since he beat Hugo Centeno Jr. So he's definitely next up in line, and he should face the winner of Danny Jacobs versus Canoli. Either fight, I'm fine with it. You know what I mean? Jacobs versus Charlo or Canoli versus Charlo. Whoever wins on Cinco de Mayo weekend, may the best man win, needs to fight Jamal Charlo. And after that, if this guy Triple G does beat this Camille Zaramata guy, then he's the mandatory. You know what I'm saying? He gets to face the winner of Jamel Charlo versus the winner of the Cinco de Mayo winner. It's that simple. You know what I mean? But knowing Triple G, he's looking for the easiest way out. You know what I mean? The easiest way out. You know what I'm saying? I haven't heard too much mention about him fighting Rob Brandt. That's probably not in the cards right now because Rob Brandt fights on ESPN. You know what I'm saying? So we shall see, man. But to me, Triple G, man, this Brandon Adams selection, it's the worst cherry pick move he could do. And Gennady Golovkin is just it's a microscopic of his whole career. You know what I mean? If he has any threat and he feels any guy's capable of beating him, he's not getting in the ring with him. Whether it's he stalled with guys like Danny Jacobs. They finally got that fight done. And Danny Jacobs, in my opinion, won that fight. Where there was guys like Landy Lara calling him out for years. Triple G ain't never respond, saying these guys are too small. He even said Kell Brook was too small. But then he fought Kell Brook. You know what I mean? Whether it was Andre Ward at 168, willing to make a catchweight fight or even, fight the man Triple G. Triple G never wanted no parts of that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And his fan base said the man Andre Ward need to leave him alone and go fight somebody like Sergey Kovalev. Why don't he move up? And that's exactly what Andre Ward did. You know what I'm saying? He proved his detractors wrong in the Triple G fan base. Triple G ain't never challenged himself, man. Challenging yourself, come on, man. Fighting Canoli's a payday, win, lose, or draw. And that's exactly what he got. You know what I mean? The man amassed over 20, $30 million in the second fight. Good for him. You know what I'm saying? But he's still looking for that payday, and he's going to stall big fights and dangerous opponents for 3 years with that DAZN deal till he get Canoli in the ring. Anthony Purvis in the chat says, "What up, B Marsh? The kid from the Contender. That's pitiful, bruh. And DAZN is hoping to gain fans here." You're exactly right. I even forgot this guy was in the Contender, and he beat Shane Mosley Jr.'s son. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? He beat Shane Mosley Jr.'s son, but that's not surprising. Shane Mosley Jr.'s son's not that good. I keep calling him Shane Mosley Jr. Shane Mosley is the one who lost. Shane Mosley Jr. lost to Brandon Adams in that Contender tournament. You know what I mean? So, Triple G, man, step your game up, man. Fight somebody who got a pulse, you know what I mean? We tired of these cherry picking fights that you've been doing all your career. You even slipped one in fighting Vanes Martirosyan and had Vanes Martirosyan on the verge of depression, almost suicide. You know what I'm saying? By him not getting fights, then he had to jump out the window and fight a 160 pounder. And it's just not a good look on Triple G's career. At the end of the day, man, I'm trying to tell you, man, his resume is just slightly better than fellas like Sven Oki, slightly better than fellas like Zolt Erdy. You know what I'm saying? Slightly better than fellas like Arthur Gregorian, long-time lightweight champ who was hiding out in Europe until he got his ass whooped by Popo Freitas in the 2000s. You know what I mean? It's only a matter of time, and when we look back in history, Triple G, you got some explaining to do. Be Marsh Boxing, leave your thoughts and comments, and I'm out of here. If you're new to the channel, please share and subscribe. Hit that thumbs up if you like the content, and I'll catch y'all on the next vid. Thanks to Anthony Purvis coming through in the chat. Great point talking about that's the kid for the contender, and he's absolutely right. I heard somebody on I don't know where it was, on somewhere on one of these YouTube boxing channels yesterday, talking about that DAZN is actually has better cards and better main events than PBC. Are you serious? Are you serious? Brandon Rios went over there to Mexico to fight a lightweight in Humberto Soto. But sure enough, Brandon Rios used to be a lightweight champion too. You know what I mean? And he got his ass taxed over there. Got his ass beat in Mexico. That was a main event. Are you serious?